Let me start with something uncomfortable. If multi-level marketing is such a bad idea, if so many people say they lost money, if YouTube is full of anti-MLM videos, why do millions of people still join MLM companies every single year? Are they naive? Are they uninformed? Are they all desperate? Or is there something deeper going on? Today, I want a mature conversation, not a emotional one, not a helpful one, not a mocking one, a really business conversation. If you are new here, my name is Frank Chanda. I'm a business analyst. I test programs, I test platforms, analyze business models, and I study compensation plans. I break down how money actually flows in systems. I help people understand what works and what doesn't when it comes to making money online. I never joined a MLM, not once, not because I hate people in MLM, not because I think everyone in MLM is wrong, because when I analyze a model, I look at sustainability, probability, scalability, and control. And today, instead of attacking MLM, I want to explain why joining one actually makes sense from a psychological and business entry perspective. Yes, you hear me correctly. It makes sense, but only at the beginning. And that distinction is important. Before we go deeper, if you appreciate logical breakdowns instead of emotional reactions, make sure you subscribe, like this video, share it with someone who is considering joining a MLM, and comment below that you are in a analysis mode, because that is what we are doing today. We are thinking, not reacting. Now let's begin. The first thing we need to understand is this. People do not join MLMs because they are stupid. That narrative is lazy, it is dismissive, it ignores reality. People join MLMs because they want something better. They want financial freedom. They want to escape debt. They want to stop living paycheck to paycheck. They want to stay home with their children. They want flexibility. They want dignity. They want to feel in control of their income. That desire is not foolish. That desire is intelligent. If someone works 40, 50 hours per week and still struggle to pay rent, it makes sense that they will look for alternatives. If someone feels underpaid and undervalued at work, it makes sense they will search for independence. If someone watches their boss make 10 times more than them while they do the operational work, it makes sense they will want ownership instead of employment. MLM companies position themselves exactly at that emotional intersection. They do not lead with product, they lead with possibility. They say you can build something for your own. They say you can earn residual income. They say you can leverage a team. They say you can grow without needing a degree. They say you can start part-time and scale. And when you look at that on the surface, it is attractive, especially when you compare it to traditional entrepreneurship. If someone wants to open a restaurant, they need capital, they need rent, they need staff, they need supplier, they need marketing, they need licensing, they need operational knowledge. The risk is massive. If someone wants to start a manufacturing business, the barrier is even high. But if someone is told they can start a business for a few $100 with training included, with mentorship included, with a ready-made product included, with a compensation plan already designed, it feels accessible. From a business entry perspective, MLM lowers the psychological barrier, and that makes sense. Now here is something most critics ignore. The MLM speech sounds logical at first. You sell products. You recruit others to sell products. You earn a commission from your sales and from the sales of your team. That concept structurally is not absurd. It resembles distribution networks that have existed for decades. Traditional corporations also use layered distributions. Franchises operate with tiers. Sales organizations have a hierarchy. Insurance agencies operate with commissions and override. So when someone hears about MLM, it does not sound like a scam immediately. It sounds like a leveraged sales structure. And that is why intelligent people join. Because on paper, leverage is power. In traditional employment, you are paid for your time. In leverage systems, you are paid for the systems and the teams. That idea is seductive because it moves beyond hourly labor. Now let's go deeper into psychology. Humans crave belonging. This is critical. MLMs are not just sales organizations, they are communities. When someone joins a MLM, they are not simply handed a product catalog. They are welcomed into a group. They are added to WhatsApp group. They attend meetings. They hear stories. They see recognition. They experience applause. Recognition is powerful. Most jobs do not celebrate employees weekly. Most workplaces do not cheer when you close a small deal. Most employers do not post your achievement publicly. But MLM events are designed to energize. Music plays. Leaders speak passionately. People walk on stage. They are testimonials. They are stories of transformation. For someone who has never experienced that level of affirmation, it can feel life-changing. And again, that makes sense because humans respond to the environment. When you surround someone with belief, motivation, and a sense of mission, they often rise in confidence. That is not stupidity, that is psychology. Now let's talk about marketing genius. MLMs are extremely good at lifestyle positioning. They do not market spreadsheets, they market stories. They show people who were once broke and now drive a car with the company logo. They show someone who was struggling and now speak on stage. They show ordinary people, no celebrities, achieving extraordinary results. That relatability is strategic. If a billionaire tells you to start a business, you feel distant. But if your neighbor tells you she pay off debt to a company, it feels possible. Possibility is contagious. And when you combine possibility with low entry barrier and community reinforcement, you create momentum. Momentum drive enrollment. Now here is where my analysis starts shifting. Just because something makes sense emotionally does not mean it works mathematically. That distinction is everything. When I analyze a business model, I do not ask whether it feels good. I ask whether it's scalable sustainably for the majority. In element structures, income often late. You earn from personal sales, but significant income usually comes from building a downline. That means your earnings grow as more people join under you and sell. At first glance, this appears brilliant. If you build a team of 10 people and they each build 10 and those each build 10 and growth becomes exponential. But here is the issue. Exponential growth in the closed systems eventually slows. Market saturate. If everyone in a social circle is selling the same supplement, skincare product, or wellness package, demand does not expand infinitively. It competes. And when competition increases with that market expansion, average earnings decline. This is basic supply and demand. Additionally, recruitment heavy compensation structure create timing advantages. Those who join earlier often have positional leverage. Those who join later must build in already saturated networks. That does not mean nobody can succeed later. It means the probability decreases. And as a business analyst, I care about probability. If the majority of participants earn little or lose money after expenses, then the model works well for minority and poorly for most. That is not emotional, that is structural. Now I want to say something important. People in element are not villains. They are participants in a system designed to reward aggressive growth and constant expansion. The tension appears when recruitment becomes more emphasized than product value. If most income flows primarily from enrollment rather than genuine product demand, sustainability becomes questionable. And that is where many MLM critics focus. But instead of shouting scam, I prefer asking one question. If I commit for 5 years to this, what is the realistic outcome distribution? That is how I analyze. When I compare MLM to affiliate marketing, I saw something different. In affiliate marketing, you promote products or services and earn commission without building a downline. You can promote multiple companies, you can switch offers, you can build a personal brand and own your traffic. You are not locked into a single compensation plan. You are not required to recruit friends. You are not dependent on team performance. You earn based on marketing performance. That appealed to me because it places control into content, strategy, and skill development. It does not rely on social recruitment. If you want to start your online business with affiliate marketing, step by step, check the link in the description. Now let's return to why people join MLMs. Because I want to be fair. Many people join because they lack of business education. Most schools do not teach business model analysis. They do not teach compensation structure breakdown. They do not teach the statistical distribution of earnings. When someone hears residual income, it sounds advanced, it sounds sophisticated, it sounds like wealth language. But they do not clearly show income disclosure statement. They are not trained to interpret median versus top percentiles earnings. They are shown examples of success without distribution context. And that creates optimism bias. Optimism bias is the belief that you will be above average. Most people believe they will outperform others. And to be honest, without optimism, no one will start any business. So optimism is not wrong. Optimism without structural awareness create disappointment. Now here is where my anti-MLM position become clear. I do not oppose ambition. I do not attack people. I critique systems. If a business model requires constant recruitment to maintain income tiers, then saturation risk is built in. If earnings decline dramatically when recruitment slows, then stability depends on perpetual expansion. Perpetual expansion in finite market is mathematically limited. That is not a threat, that is arithmetic. So yes, it makes sense why people join. It makes sense emotionally, it makes sense socially, it makes sense from a low capital entry perspective. But long term, it often fails most participants because of structural limitations. And this is why I choose a different path. I choose models where I build assets, content, website, videos, education, assets that can rank on search engines, assets that generate traffic, assets that convert globally without me recruiting anyone personally. It is lower at first, but it's more controllable. And here is my final message. If you are in a MLM right now, this is not an attack on you. If you are considering joining one, I encourage you to study the income disclosure statement carefully. Ask about average earnings, not top earners. Ask about refund rate. Ask about churn rate. Do analysis, not just emotion. If you want to learn a business model that does not depend on recruitment, where you can build step by step, I left the link in the description explaining affiliate marketing in detail. No hype, no pressure, education. If this video challenged your thinking in a matured way, subscribe to the channel, like this video, share it with someone who needs clarity, comment your experience below. I'm Frank Chanda. I analyze business models so you can make informed decisions. I will see you in the next breakdown.